go about our business. She'll go back to the farm. We'll collect the colostrum from mom. Now they have a lot of babies being born at the farm. Since it's a large operation, large scale, we collect that colostrum and bottle feed all the cats. Mom is now lactating, so when she has a baby, she'll produce milk, so it's important for her to start milking 3 times a day. So similar to when you have a baby in the hospital, you have a lactation nurse that talks to you about nursing or pumping and to milk all the way through and to be on the schedule. That way you don't get sick or dry up. It's supply and demand. So same with cows, it's supply and demand. That's where the term milking it comes from. You have to take all of it to get more. So moms go back to the farm and start milking 3 times a day. So they have 50 to 75 babies born in the 24-hour day. They also milk the entire herd 3 times a day in the 24-hour day. So whoever has their baby during the first milking of the herd, they get milked at the end of the last pen. That's when they collect that colostrum and bottle it. That colostrum is for the babies that are born during the second milking of the herd, and so on and so forth. So when we get a mom in here to have a baby, we also get the colostrum. We're going to feed her pack. So we make sure they get 6 pints. 6 pints of colostrum, ideally within the hour. So we'll bottle feed them. If they can't figure out how to suck on the bottle, then we'll tube feed them. It's just a big straw that goes down to their tummy. Sounds worse than what it really is. It looks like. I honestly prefer the tuber than the bottle. It's just quicker for me. They tend to suck on the straw. It works out pretty good. So mom is taking her sweet time, but that's okay. Cat's no danger. So I tell folks, contrary to humans, cows are vegetarian. As long as they hold that calf up like she's doing, keeping constant pressure to keep expanding. When she's ready, she'll make a little bit more progress, and then she'll hold it there again. So she might get it in the next couple minutes here. So the mom on the right, she is a 2-year-old cow. It's a first-time mom. I prefer them here for that reason. So they're adults at 2 years of age compared to our 2-year-olds. The other reason I prefer them is because it takes them longer to have their baby, so it's easier for us to have an audience. So from when the first-time mom starts showing the front hooves to the head of the baby being out, in general it's an hour. And it's for cows, it's in general an hour. It's pretty true for those first-time moms. For the older cows like this one that's had 2 or 3 before, sometimes they'll have them really fast. So I've had handfuls of cows that have them in 10 minutes. The quickest one I had in here was 2 minutes. She just walked around for like 10 minutes, and as soon as she laid down, the arms came out like as far as she's got. And then a minute later, the head and the nose, the nose and the head. Does anyone have any questions so far? Nothing yet? So, folks just joining us, like you're seeing how the cat's 2 front arms and the cat's nose, she gets like halfway through and she holds it there a little bit. That'll help her expand and make it grow. So we use a stoplight outside to let folks know where the mom is in the process. Yellow is nose, green is nose. The mom uses the cat's head to make room for the rest of the baby, so she's pretty much using it like a wedge. They'll crown the nose, hold it there for a few moments, then get halfway, and then 2/3, then the head is out. The rest of the baby needs to wake up. She's been doing a mighty fine job. Now, cows recover from this really fast because they do their process, calving process like this, so they expand, make room, baby comes out. They recover really fast. 50 days from today, they're eligible to be bred. That's how fast they recover. So 35 to 37% get pregnant on the first try. They do AI, artificial insemination. I did this for the farm for a few years, so they recover super quick. So when you check the uterus and mucus, everything's crystal clear, ready to go, like nothing will happen. You breed them, they get pregnant, they continue to get milk while pregnant until they're 7 months into the pregnancy. Then they dry, they go to the birthing barns, then they'll have their baby at 9 months, and it starts all over again. I do AI, you can be a little picky on some of that stuff. So for example, the first 3 calves a mom has, you're bred to have a female Holstein calf. And the 4th and 5th calving are bred to have a crossbred Angus calf, male or female. The Angus will be raised for beef. Females will be raised to come back to the herd to have their first baby and then be part of the milking herd. And it'll be at 2 years of age. So that's what that 2-year-old cow there on the right is. She's a first-time mom. She came back to the farm about a month ago to have her to the birthing barn, and now that she's 9 months into the pregnancy, she'll be having her baby today. And then she'll be part of the milking herd. Now, breeding the cows that way to have female Holsteins reduces the chance of a male Holstein calf. Male Holstein calf is going to bring a whole lot of value to the farm, to the point where you couldn't even give them away. However, right now I've heard beef prices are quite high, so even those male Holsteins are worth quite a bit of money. Any questions from anyone? I can go on rants, I just need some material to work off of. I'm kind of running out. Yeah, mom makes it look very easy. It's not that simple to have a baby. So I worked for the farm for a long time. I've been here a year, but I worked for the actual dairy farm for 14 years full time. I got to do a lot of the training work 13 years ago. Part of my job, like I mentioned, I was a breeder, and it's part of the breeder's job to help out if there is a difficult calving, if the midwife later gets stuck. Then they'll call us, and then we go check it out, and then from there we call the vet, and we needed help from there. So I got trained by a couple vets 13 years ago. From then to now, I got married and have 2 kids. So I tell folks I do have a whole different level of appreciation for female birth and baby that I didn't know I had. I've always known how important this is for it to be a smooth process for calving, so mom can recover well, for a good fresh start, good start for the calf. Obviously this affects reproduction, so it's important for that to be a smooth process. Like I said, once I got to see a kid be born, it's a whole different level of appreciation. So that's at the hip. All my fingers go more pushes, and then the hip will be out, or it'll come out. There it is. Thank you again, folks, for staying nice and calm for mom. I'm sure she appreciates it very much, and I'm sure Ashley appreciates it well in there too. Calf looks like it did have a little meconium, maybe calf was more in a hurry to come out than mom was to push it out. So let's start cleaning that calf. Just like that. So a baby calf is a little more presentable than a human baby, that's for sure. Right from the womb. Now mom is cleaning up after birth. Mommy's got after birth hanging out in the back. That's perfectly normal. That's also part of the birth process. So she'll push that out 1 to 6 hours after she has a baby.
It's a girl.
Good job. So when she goes back to the farm, cows will be monitored there for the first 2 to 3 weeks in the first 2 pens of the herd. We'll especially keep an eye on the first 2 days, because after 48 hours, if she hasn't pushed out after birth, it's considered retention, and then we'll give her treatment if that was necessary. But since I did that for the farm, it's not a common thing at all. It's very rare that you run into it. So it'll clear out really fast. I do tell folks it is a thing sometimes for first-time moms to not know what to do with the calf. So they might completely ignore the calf, not want to do anything to do with it, or they might even get worked up with their own calf. If that's the case, then we move them up mom out right away, but she doesn't want to be part of that, doesn't want to be in there, so we just move her out. Since we take care of the calves anyways, there's no need for her to actually try to develop a bond or feed the calf herself, so it's okay to move her out. Now I do tell folks it's important for us to be understanding if that were to be the case. The mom got worked up with her own calf. My wife, she had both of our tailors in the hospital. Before you go home with your new child, they have you watch a video in the hospital and you have to sign off on it, what that baby is for, to recognize the situation if you have a crying baby and how to handle it. And that's what prevents shaking baby. As for humans, we reasonably understand the privilege and responsibility of having a baby. We still need that training. So they can be understanding if the first time mom doesn't expect it all. However, it's not very common for that to happen at all. But if it happens, it's for the first time. Yeah. Any questions from anyone? That's a pretty big calf. Like I mentioned, they range from 70 to 100. Most of them are in the 80, 85 pounds. That's probably close to 80, 85. They did great. Yeah, by the way, all the kiddos did great. I mentioned I have a couple of kids and it's not a simple task. Stay nice and calm with that.